for the thing temporarily because I'm interviewing to get a voice acting job.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scratching Post. My name's Ebac. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Oh, sorry, just a lot of stuff going on at once right now. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good time tonight. As once again, we are here for some silly voice actions here at the Scratching Post. We scratch that gaming itch. And of course, joining me as ever tonight are our regular group of misfits and characters. I want to introduce the normal cast. That is, of course, starting with
Objection!
Drifting.
Hello there.
A Divot.
Justice!
Lemming.
I didn't do nothing!
Shadow.
General Kenobi!
And Kay.
Silence!
I
I'll
kill
kill
you.
you.
Hope everyone's doing well tonight. We're hoping to carry on with some more of it is Apollo, technically speaking. It is Speak with Apollo, but it's actually a Sony Dual Destinies. I also, before you do, I wanna bring attention to something which is very important to me. I've just posted in the chat. It's a GoFundMe for a friend of mine who is currently basically they've got to come up with the money to buy the house. Otherwise, their landlord is selling up shop, and it means they're without a home. I'd very appreciate if anyone could give generously. It's become a bit of a shock to them. So yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate situation for them to be put in, but yeah, if you could help, anything you can give would be appreciated. But thank you so much for all tuning in tonight. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the show. So last time, yes?
Yeah, I think you retweeted their GoFundMe as well, so I might
Yes.
slam dunk that tweet into the chat as well.
Yes, so please go ahead.
Yeah, so if you can't donate, please share. Maybe you'll find someone in your circles who could.
All right then. Well, let's continue on because last time we left at a bit of a cliffhanger last time.
But you keep doing, sir.
It's just well timed. It's well timed. That's all I can say.
Sure.
Hmm.
Keep
What?
defending yourself like that.
Wow!
What secrets could it hold, I wonder?
Cake.
April 18th, Kyobi Manor. Forbidden Shaver. I thought I was gonna say fuck yeah, man. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whomp.
That's just a horror movie sound.
These doors need some serious oil.
You think? Huh? That was like nails on a chalkboard.
All right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours.
Ow.
Look, more feathers.
And a differently textured object. Oh, hi.
Yeek!
What the heck is that? Is that a Temataro statue? There's something odd about it.
All I know is I don't like it. But I can't explain why.
It's got the bad vibes.
You okay?
I hate you.
You okay, Athena? You look pretty pale. Scared, are you?
What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Help me.
I'm not scared, you're scared.
Yes.
Really? Hey, look!
What? What is it?
Over there on the left. There's a bunch of staffs on that rack.
One is missing.
They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier.
You mean the one that Jinxie said she saw? What is his line?
Let
Let me try that again.
Pick up.
You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Temataro carrying? There we go. That's better.
Nice.
Yeah.
I said it in the
We'll
first
use take
place.
2.
Yeah, I bet our Temataro impersonator really did come in here at some point.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place.
Let's case the joint.
Yes.
Let's look into every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
No.
What's that thing on the ground?
Is it a packet of crisps?
What's this?
Sus, that's what that is.
Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact there's no dust on it means that it hasn't been here very long.
Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. She's Wheelabelle.
LaBelle?
Shit, no
What
fucking
the-
way.
But then, would that mean that Mr. LaBelle was here?
No, he's totally innocent.
But why?
Well, Owen was dressed up like Tenmataro. Must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person. Yes, Bo.
I was just saying that is my custom-made label.
And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time.
In other words, the Temataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than the guy with the flower.
Florent LaBelle.
Yes, that.
Please stop touching that flower.
This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow.
Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma.
Hand cream. Added to the court record.
Creamy.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I wouldn't eat.
But also, how the hell did he get in though?
That's a
In
good
through the
question.
window.
Through the door.
Black feathers. They look exactly
Dressed as Tenmataro, how?
black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the fox chamber.
That
That
cream
means
is
the killer
very
must have been in
oily.
here at some point.
Yes, Burr?
That cream is very oily. I could just squeeze through.
The question is, why?
Maybe the Tematara costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
But when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the forbidden chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder.
Wow, this is a tough riddle, all right.
Riddle me this, Batman.
There is a ventilation shaft on the wall.
Thanks,
on the
Burr. I didn't notice that. Good call. Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it.
Is it a penis? Oh no.
right. Well, maybe in the latter part of the scroll.
Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy, some sort of monk, maybe?
A monk? What are you talking about?
Carry.
You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training.
That's hipsters.
Wouldn't that just be a hiker?
The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena.
That's what you say. Oh look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back.
The hikers don't do it for fun either. They do it for Instagram.
Oh, it's turning into Temnataro.
What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Temataro was born?
It's a pre-internet social media post.
The
Oh,
fuck's
dear.
ringing me?
Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy.
Or is it just a hallucination? I don't know.
There's a bunch of staves here. It looks like one's missing. Tamataro Jinxie Soul must have taken it.
I'd have to agree. This looked like the one Detective
Sure.
Fulbright showed us.
Why do you think there are so many here?
Maybe the spares? Temataro might be, you know, absent-minded or something. The fact that he has spare staves handy, well... shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it.
Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults.
I heard that!
But I won't hold my breath.
Shush!
That sharp hearing of yours, you can hear Apollo's thoughts even.
Yes.
Oh, that's one big statue. Must have been like 15 feet tall. And look, this Temataro has a staff.
But each staff is different.
But the Temataro in the scroll didn't have one.
I wonder why.
I feel like this could be significant. But why? Let's take a close look. Let's go around this table here.
Yeah! Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea?
Hey, so there's some sort of compartment at the base of the statue.
Don't open it! Who knows what might be in there? If you fall in there, I'm not fishing you out. I'm just leaving you there.
It's just a big, empty compartment.
It's an empty drawer.
And all the dust and cobwebs,
Apollo's empty drawers.
I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time.
That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it in.
There is something in here.
Will you get out of the creepy basement?
It's like some sort of figure. But it's so dusty I can't tell what it's supposed to be. What is it
It
doing?
does not look great. It looks very disturbing.
Looks like a friend.
When?
Also, notice that all the staves are different.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The one that the statue is holding, it looks like clubs. Then there's one that looks like spades.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one that's missing also look different as well, I think.
Yeah.
Stone.
And it had jingly jangly things.
And a jingly
Neither
jangle.
of those does.
Stone lantern.
Are those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch?
Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch.
Oh, there it is. It was hidden out of sight.
I see Tematara's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want.
Correct?
But not any central heating, it seems.
No.
No, Japanese don't believe in central heating.
Oh, what was that?
Looks like a gravestone or something.
It reads, here lies Temataro, age 80. Cause of death, choke on a chicken bone.
Say it ain't so! Besides, it sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism.
I'm not scared! Shut up!
Freak out central right here, baby!
Cut it out, Widget!
No, I'm scared!
Ooh,
Shut up!
Ooh, the denial is strong in this one.
Apollo, you shut up too.
What's an event?
Oh, look! There's an air vent here, too.
I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation.
I don't think anyone could reach this one either.
Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads.
Well, the Fox Chamber vent didn't branch this way, so...
Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. Guess that about wraps it up.
I don't know, maybe you could yeet Apollo into there.
I could try. Apollo, come here.
No.
Now throw!
Yeet. What now?
We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again.
You mean like Mr. Filch and Dingsy?
Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Temnataro.
I don't know nothing.
That means you know something. Ah.
You got nothing on Kilo, yeah?
Ah, see?
April 18, QB Manor. Foyer.
It's the curse! The curse! The curse of Temataro! Yes. Don't mind me. You outsiders are ignoring the superstitions at our peril. Mind your own business, will ya?
He's nicked Widget. And the ring.
Yeah, what's all this about a curse?
Tenmataro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose in where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say.
Right, how about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions?
Huh?
You heard me.
What do you mean obeying the law?
Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine.
Oh God.
You're better than to go around stealing stuff, people's stuff like that. You heard my sentence.
So it goes for my bracelet.
Sorry. I promise I won't do it again.
Suplex the guy, I will do it to you too. Give back my Widget right now. Thank you. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget.
I wonder how Widget
You
would react.
big jerk!
I wonder how Widget would react to being around somebody else's neck.
No, I think it's a
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened.
I prefer we didn't. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal a widget?
Yipes! Mercy! Mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's the thieving blood's running through my veins.
Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, the doctor stole all my blood years ago. Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Aski Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this.
Christ.
What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me.
Huh, feels like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
It's none other than thee, Aski Kozo. Robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. But mostly to himself. And he'd leave one of those figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy.
Wow, you don't say.
He counted himself
Thieves'
as one
honor.
before.
It's the honest truth. Totally.
There's no honor among thieves.
Ah, the slashing sound of husky beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical... it's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor.
Wait a minute. I've
Not
heard...
you launder money.
Wait a minute. There was a yokai that washed Azukai beans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she mentioned it when she said Simon couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Also, I'm wondering about another thing, and I thought this is what you were going at with wait a minute, because he has keys on his neck, and I'm wondering if that's not what he had as a jingle and jangle.
Very good point, yeah.
Possibly.
I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver outer of wealth, reborn!
Sure.
To whom do you give out that wealth?
I'm gonna press X to out on this.
Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit.
Ah,
Just in general, wash yourself?
Wait a second,
Yes.
this figure looks familiar. It looks just like that old dusty fig we found in the Forbidden Chamber.
hey! What are you doing with that there figure?
None yet.
Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it'd been there for practically forever.
Could be, and my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure in that there chamber.
Or was.
Treasure?
Why do you think I'm still here after all these years?
What do you know about the treasure inside the Forbidden Chamber?
Only that's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
Oh, hi, Buddy Games.
Hello, Buddy Games.
Hello.
There's something amazing in there. Didn't say anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he?
Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, that just might be. That's Grandpappy for you. Bet he washed the treasure real good before handing it out to the poor.
Oh, of course. Because he was so righteous.
Of course he was.
Of course.
In court, you mentioned seeing Tenmataro near the scene of the crime.
Sorry I didn't come clean right away. But them superstitions got the better of me.
The people of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenmataro.
Darn right! Them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I'll tell you. That's why I'm going to do exactly what they say from now on.
So, you plan on staying here in Ninetales Vale?
Yep. I'm going to keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me.
Wait, just say you actually believe in those old wives' tales?
Ain't you been listening to a word I said?
You're gonna do exactly what them superstitions say? Well, I say that's baloney.
There is a list of something, isn't there?
There is, yes. Don't tell us you see him. Ignoring specifically costs you your soul.
There is one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village.
Yep. Take that! It's clear written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village.
No, I love that. I love that immediate, like, split second.
Yeah. So, according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us.
You're gonna be killed or worse, expelled.
You said you plan on staying right here in you plan on staying right here in Ninetales Vale. If you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. I know you've been lying to me. Let it come clean, Mr. Filch.
Yipes!
You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you?
Sorry, but I didn't have no choice.
So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tembataro?
It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean.
Pretty?
He told me not to say a word about seeing Tembataro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen.
So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence?
Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of the rumor. The one about her being possessed.
That rumor again.
I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Timber about the possession rumor.
Hey, watch it! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch.
You ain't gonna use these against me again. I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me.
You could have just asked instead of stealing it.
Kind of my thing, you know?
Force of habit.
Was that all we wanted to ask Mr. Filch?
Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see what Mr. Tembataro one more time. Just think about dealing with that yokai again makes you want to say, pass!
But then you wouldn't get to talk to me again.
No smash, just pass.
April 18, Detention Center. Visitors room.
I'll find out which version of I am today.
Yes. But Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence.
Oh, and encourage him?
I'll encourage him all I want.
Why are you speaking like that?
Mayor Tenma, you've returned.
Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head.
Oh, I didn't realise. So
Yeah, I
you
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to be suppressing the demon within me.
That's a relief.
Cravat is closed.
Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time.
So, what can I do for you today?
I'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. She allegedly left yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Eh.
I figured.
No matches this warning charm for me!
Ah! That's a charm!
Tenma's back.
Those foolish mortals! They shall regret blaming that child for my doing!
I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either.
Squish, squish.
He's got it in stretch ball.
We'd like to ask you about something your aide, Florent LaBelle, mentioned. Did you know
Don't put him
Jinxie
anywhere near a flower.
Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed?
I know not of what you speak.
You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you?
I, Timotaro, Dark Lord of the Yokai, protector mere mortal? Ha 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 ha! No affection do I possess for your race of humans!
Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name.
But I've already told you, I know not of what you speak. Ha!
I don't think we'll get anything more out of him.
It's all over unless we could somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence.
Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it.
Really?
Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing.
Knock yourself out then. Well, Athena's really something.
Please don't knock yourself out, Athena. We need you at the court case.
Yes.
I can really count on her when it counts. The real story.
You can knock him out, though.
I wouldn't want to try.
Major Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism.
So, yeah.
Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking?
Yes. I believe she is exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress.
Huh.
Mr. Major, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetales Vale?
When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night.
I knew it.
That Mr. Filch. What wouldn't he steal?
Don't worry, he's too busy washing beans.
That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can be trying to protect you, at least not on a conscious level.
So then, the Temperature that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie?
Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter.
Ooh, look! Temetaro's spirit! It's left the mayor's body!
Can you tell us the truth now, Major Tenma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for superb exorcists such as you.
Feathers and tracks.
Major Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew.
You suspect Florence is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetales Vale that badly?
Can you think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenmataro for a spell. Ah! Could it be? Perhaps he was, attempting to release Tenmataro.
That's crazy! Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenmataro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
Whoops!
How can people actually believe that?
Guess we're gonna have to leave Ninetales Vale, guys.
Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenmataro thing now.
Yeah, I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle.
We'll get some goggles before we do that then.
Your dinner is ready, your malevolence.
Ah! An offering to the Demon King! You may place it right here!
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it, sir.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time.
Yes, sir. Yes, your malevolence. I'll remember that.
How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade?
Yes.
As long as it takes, this is so much fun.
Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Major Tenma, so why don't we go see Florida Bell next? Now that we know the truth, we won't be able to claim that Tenmataro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore.
Yeah, just get some goggles before we go there. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him?
That's a good question.
So, let me take good care of your throat, please.
No, don't worry. I've got plenty of water and everything.
Yeah, and also I have a suspicion that the Tenmataro is some sort of radioactive material, because the lump of thing could be some sort of polonium or something.
We're gonna do it the Praro Ray. We're gonna tell Florent LaBelle how he did it, and then he's gonna confirm it at the end with no evidence.
Probably.
Yeah.
April 18, Kyubi Manor, foyer.
Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy. Throw it up.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we heard a scream, heck, what was the next part again? Yeah, my eyes.
You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 30th time, you know. I'm running out of juice in my bottle. Now, 100 times more, and we're done.
What on earth are they practicing?
What do you think?
No, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just all this...
Unbelievable. What if you had solid my out with those grubby paws of yours? What
Might
have you
actually
stolen this
improve
time
it.
also?
Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now?
Nice.
What if you
What
had
do you think
stolen...
they're up to this time, Apollo?
Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping our way? Pfft, so fast. You pheasants are so tight.
Peasants.
Yes.
Peasants.
You peasants. Well, what do you want with me?
So I hear that lying to the court is also very tacky, Mr. LaBelle.
Your confession to being Tenmataro imposter would be a nice right about now.
No, that's so last week.
Mr. Filch filled me on the conversation you two had about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro.
Oh. Filch, you fool! I told you nothing good will come out of you running your mouth.
So why do you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle?
Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course.
But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been constantly trying to protect the mayor. It also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro.
Interesting. But where are you going with this?
Since you ask so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenmataro.
You have nothing on me. That flower was of age anyway. No. This is getting interesting.
I feel dirty.
Filthy, more like.
Are you insinuating that I am Tenmataro? I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm nothing of the sort.
Yeah, you're not cool enough.
That's right.
I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice 100 more times.
Yipes.
So, have you been called to testify tomorrow?
Oh, yes. And I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then.
Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you.
Oh, Filchi, wake up, you lazy bones.
Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Ha! Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did.
Interesting.
Well, it is time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow.
Oh, I'm begging you, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Ah! Right up the schnozola!
Keep quiet and do exactly as I say.
What if I don't want to?
Well, I can convince you I have ways.
No, please! Anything but another lesson!
Apollo, can we leave? There they go. Missed a chance to get the truth out of him.
Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow.
You think they're done questioning Jinxie?
Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms.
April 18, Ninetales Vale. Yokai Lane. She must be possessed, sleepwalking again.
Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm to my forehead.
I doubt it.
Jinxie!
Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. My charms must have fallen off again.
Whew! Guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel.
Are they done questioning you, Jinxie?
Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Which
Charm
one?
DLC? Oh god.
It's the one with the 9-tailed fox and 10 better row. It shows them dancing together.
Really? Two better rivals dancing together?
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges.
Oh,
Oh,
Kinda cute, though.
right. For the municipal merger issue.
No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor.
Well,
It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning.
love Athena's reaction.
We weren't fighting. It was just a spirited debate with like an ah!
No fighting.
Charm slapped again.
Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was like.
Oh, Athena, you're trying to stay cool, but you're laughing inside.
What you remember? Dixie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important?
like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time.
Hey. When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman Cuby were collapsed in the Fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
I knew it. She's holding something back.
oh whoa.
Oh, what is this?
Harder.
It'll probably be her hand that's holding the plate.
Good idea.
Yeah,
actually.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's right there. It's up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, her charm shakes.
Perceive!
Gotcha.
That's all he said.
Hmm.
You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm. Probably not me. Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Temus say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else?
Hey! How could you tell? You're a demon. Only demon could have such powers. Deduction is not a human trait.
Maybe.
What you remember?
Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say anything like that?
Could you be a little more specific?
Before he fainted, he says,
Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman
Alderman
QB.
QB.
He said what?
The mage confessed to the crime? The fuck?
But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known that what he was saying, right? He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
He's seen
Nightmare.
something.
No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now?
I don't know. You're the lawyer in this setup.
Return to the basics.
That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon.
Right. Just believe in my client. Even if all I can see is ahead is darkness and despair.
Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession?
I didn't mention it when he was questioning me.
Good girl.
I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer.
Why would the major confess like that?
Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious?
Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right now.
Well, if he fainted, soon after, he's probably suffering from blood loss, and anemia makes you do some strange shit.
Mm-hmm. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the Major and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something.
I know. Well, let's see here. A lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, also, this tune is a bop.
It's very nice.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Alderman QB and Metemna were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber.
But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well.
Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation.
Our mystery person must have then fled the Fox Chamber when it was open. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Temataro.
So they must have been hiding out in Temataro's chamber then.
But Papa and Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
What's going on here? The bell's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. Just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime?
I don't think he could be any kind of a parent.
Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty rotten and Temataro Florent Rebel.
Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism, justice style.
Just frustrate him out of the courtroom, Apollo.
100%.
To be continued.
Right now.
Right now.
Immediately.
It's time for courtroom phase.
Yep.
April 19, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4, I'm assuming. Yes, I
Yeah.
assumed correct.
All rise.
Call to trial mechanism for the trial of Damon Selma.
Here.
Apollo Justice Defense Team Leader is ready, Your Honor.
Athena Sykes, the assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Je suis prêt.
A simple civil, I see. An intentionalness. And a prosecution.
It's back in chains.
Aww.
Very well then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to prove 30 seconds today.
Fair enough.
Let me know more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Manuel. Now, the opening statement, if you would.
Yeah, I picked it up. It's good.
I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it.
Looks like the judge is really bringing it today.
He probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says.
Ah.
Yeah, His Honor has to fight to defend his honor today.
Your baldness. Plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement.
I have? I don't know if I say that.
Oh no.
Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court. The one thing you could not possess.
The crown jewels of the court?
Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse?
Oh, so you don't mind if I do it then?
I'll make a special exception, just this once.
Here we go again.
Yep, one more of Blackpool's mind games.
Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking proof that the victim, Alderman Rex Gibby, was the Amazing Nine Tails. We also learned that the Amazing Nine Tails was a key figure in the yokai craze and the anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex Gibby's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him.
No, moided.
The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party. But further investigation revealed no proof of the third party who had escaped the room.
Go.
We must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Did I say something wrong?
That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time.
Oh, one more thing to boast about to my grandchild.
Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events.
Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify.
The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation?
The feathers in his hands was left by the mayor while he was possessed.
This was but an act. That was but an act to protect his daughter. Sorry, I needed.
Yes, of course. I had suspected as much.
Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance?
His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma.
Objection!
Objection! The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture.
Would you care for some witness testimony then? For I'm ready to prove that the little scamp is the one behind the Tenma Taro farce.
Witness testimony. I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
Very well. Kenneth, will you bring in the first witness?
I thought I was going to be second today. Why am I here?
Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today.
Been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. A bit of a trademark of mine.
Indeed. You managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs a slip.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Like those amateurs could ever nab me.
Almost as good as Trucy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Yeah. No, please. I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running.
Your statement, now.
Oh dear. Yes, sir, Mr. Blackhead, sir.
You may beat a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping prosecutor Blackwell.
Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give up easy type.
No, he's kind of like a hawk.
Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specify the true nature of the yokai who saw in the manor shortly after the crime.
Who witnessed testimony?
The yokai is Jinxie.
Tenma Taro's really that little gal. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tenma Taro I saw was a little thing about her size. But the little runt had a big old staff. Seen it when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene.
Oh, whoa.
She was gonna use it to wallaby on account of my fierce reputation. I just know it.
Fierce reputation.
Yeah,
certainly
real
have a
fierce.
You have a reputation. Not sure if it's a fierce one, though.
So,
It's more a
Tenma
filthy
Taro
one.
was short in stature. And that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along.
You betcha. Besides, all the rest of the manor were way taller than her.
Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short.
What if the Temataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
Not easy.
When no knee walking, I seen it myself.
And perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all.
I was mid-drink, sorry.
All monsters are not but cheap tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety.
So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things?
Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night, he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor.
I think he might need to go to a therapist, Simon.
Don't you understand? The janitor died 5 years ago.
What's the good about just gave the ghost, literally?
The janitor's deathly complexion and all white attire are no doubt partially to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or that.
Simon.
That actually sounds like a real ghost to me.
He's been
The
a
defense
janitor
right now
for
causing damage notice.
Go on. What was that, Bear?
He's been. I was just trying to say that he's been a janitor for 400 years and no one's called him a ghost before.
Divot.
The defense right now causing damage notice.
Cross-examination.
The yokai is Jinxie.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hold it!
Oh.
Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. Do you deny the so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
No, you got it all wrong.
Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of a lesson it was?
Oh, it was, what was it again? Elocution lessons. Now I remember. Math. You know, numbers and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I know my 1 times table now.
He's completely under Blackwell's control too.
Anyway, that Tematara was that little maid gal, so what's the difference?
I take it you got a good look at how tall the Temataro impersonator was.
You betcha! I got a habit of sizing people up, you know? I can even give you a prime on how to pull it off. All under the table, Natch.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them up real good before I relieve them of their valuable.
You just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court.
Does the witness hold that this Temataro into the fire?
Darn right I do. Blah, 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 blah.
Hold it! Hold it!
Oh.
Well, you're not gonna brush it off by claiming the pub was short.
Must have hit a raw nerve because you ain't that tall yourself.
Wow.
Look who's talking myself! I've got to stand on a box just to testify. Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say Temataro you saw had a staff?
Cross my heart, hope to die. I know, because it went jingle and jangle.
And where do you suppose that staff came from?
The staff, you say? Well, bet she stole it from the...
Hold it! Hold it!
Yeah.
I suppose you mean to say that Jinxie Temma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one?
Well, I ain't never seen a staff like that in the manor. So it had to be from the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, really? The stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today.
Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Temataro. I guess that's what Filch is trying to say, question mark.
Could Jinxie have entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to?
I don't know.
There is one thing I was wondering about.
Bingo!
Swallowed, she couldn't have entered it.
Yeah.
Why did that joker have his stuff in the first place?
Well, I got hunches about that.
Do you?
She's gonna wallop me on account. Fierce. Yeah.
Hold it! Wallop you? And why would the so-called yokai want to do that?
That little maid never did like me. She always hightails it when I come round. Or she sticks these weird papers on my noggin.
She probably thinks of him as the dreaded Tanuki monster of QB Manor or something.
Probably. We need to prove that Jinxie isn't Temataro.
I have no idea how... Oh, that's your line.
It's my line. But I have no idea how we're going to do that.
Come on, I'm the thief around here.
Quiet you! All you have to do is prove that it was impossible for Jinxie to turn into Temataro. And that might be easier than you think.
Really?
Now's our chance. Our chance to expose the real Temataro for all to see. All I can say to this one is I hope you better swallow this one, Mr. Filch.
Oh! I haven't got a bad feeling about this.
Got a bad
Objection!
feeling about something.
It was seen that Temataro was in fact not this innocent little girl.
Huh? How do you figure that?
You claim that Temataro you saw had one of those staves in the Forbidden Chamber. But it would have been impossible for Miss Temla to get a hold of one.
Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber.
What's this?
What's this? Something over here.
This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Miss Temma discovered the crime scene.
God damn it, David, you read my mind.
So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Temataro seen holding that staff could not have been Jimxi Temma.
What?
He's the box. I love him.
Then who does the defense believe was impersonating Temataro?
A Temataro person is none other than Mayor Temma's aide.
Objection! Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he is the yokai we seek?
Yes, in fact, I can.
Very well, let's see where the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Temataro impersonator.
You just activated my trap card.
The hand cream, take that. We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Temataro took one of the staves out there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for.
But, Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner?
I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. Defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. It might tell us who it belongs to.
Interesting. Please expect to find the yokai's prints then. Very well, I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint.
No need for that, Your Baldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day.
You called Prosecutor Blackwell?
Could anyone be more whipped?
Ha ha!
Fulbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes.
Also, I love that he calls him Fulbright.
Your wish is my command! Very well then, I guess we'll just wait right here.
3 minutes later.
It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete.
I do still love that Taka holds the paper up for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So cute.
Yes.
So good.
What do the results show?
What in the world?
They're Florida Bell's prints, aren't they?
This is absurd!
Prosecutor Blackwell? I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Don't tell me. They're the Temataro's prints?
Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to...
Blackwell.
Yes.
Phineas Filch.
Objection! Wait, what? What?
Then Mr. Lambert wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, it's complete.
Don't you objection me.
Why, you tricksy little tanuki, explain yourself now!
Sure, the prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. LaBelle after all.
So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
So what if I did?
Not me.
You got a problem with it?
Everything going okay?
I was just, I thought it was me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So I was like, not me. Oops.
Close.
It's good.
You fool of a tanuki! My thought too.
Order! Order! Mr. Justice, can't you explain what this could mean?
Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber. Wait a second. Does this mean that Tematara holding that staff was Phineas Filch?
Yeah, another cat out of the bag.
Mr. Filch is Tenmataro?
The sleepwalking.
I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer?
The witness will explain himself this instant.
Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be Tenmataro in the village exorcism ritual.
That makes sense.
Oh, you mean that event at Ninetales Vale Festival? That was you inside the Temataro costume?
Yep, and after the event, I went to watch pro wrestling programs.
Oh, so he can't be the murder Temataro because he doesn't have the staff. He just has his claws.
But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers.
Oh,
That's actually a wrestling term.
Oh, he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
That's when I looked at the Tenmataro costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me while I'm wearing it. And because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word.
Oh dear.
In other words, you use the superstition to effectively render yourself invisible.
Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
Treasure.
How's the treasure there? Thought that was my big chance to sneak on in and nab it. So yeah, a jobber in wrestling slang is somebody whose job is to do a losing performance.
Makes sense.
So they're the wrestlers who always lose.
Fair.
Treasure?
Only that's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. Man, if I'd done my New York voice for this, I'd have been able to say univoice, and I love that.
He went in there not knowing his grandfather pilfered it.
Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson.
Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mess swallowed the only key that could open the Fox Chamber's door. You could have possibly gotten in.
I could through the air vent in the foyer.
How?
He's a little man.
The vent's left in the alderman's picture. I went in and made a nice little hole.
But it's barred.
Used that to get in the air duct that leads to the Forbidden Chamber, I did. When he's...
What?
Yeah.
Not even possible. Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found out a way to get into that air duct.
Yep.
And that's how we got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent. I knew I should have thrown you in there, Apollo.
Hey!
So Tenmataro was nothing more than a cat burglar, or rather, a tanuki murder. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder.
Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker.
Oh, Mr. Filch.
Crunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might start crunching very soon.
Let's
Not doing
reset it. There we go.
No crunch. Do not crunch.
Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume right quick, but it just caused trouble at that point.
No shit.
And where is that costume now?
Heck if I know. And it ain't my fault if you never find it.
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manner.
Edgeworth could have found it.
What if it was tossed outside that man? Ah! The window!
Yeah.
No way! Maybe, just maybe.
The event seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice.
Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here?
Window.
Yeah.
Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go do something like that?
I can think of a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you.
You do?
This evidence proves you got rid of your Tematara costume through the window. Take that!
Ah, that's... Temataro flying through the sky?
And this is how that proved Mr. Finch threw his costume out the window?
As he
Yeet,
yeeted it.
It's quite simple. That's not Tematara in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
Oh, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya?
It's got quite a throwing arm then.
There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume threw through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tematara really was a flight of fancy.
Ah!
Apollo, please.
Hi! So there really never was a yokai.
Can you keep any of them cats' bags? Can I still file a claim for the lost costume?
No.
This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tema had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting.
Care to raise any objections, Mr. Goodwagman?
Probably quite a few.
None whatsoever. I'll deal with that Trixie Tanuki after I've dealt with this case.
Oh no.
We did it!
Going. All we have to do is make Florent Mabel take the step. Why do I have this sinking feeling something? God damn it.
Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not?
Huh?
Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber?
Oh dear.
Probably the same way he got in. Through the chamber's air vent.
How'd he get back up there? Very high.
And what of the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? They would suggest that the Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection! But the Forbidden Chamber door doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right?
Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right?
Yep. That's right, Mr. Blackjack.
Blackjack.
Sprung right open.
Hold it!
Hookers?
Sprung right open? Who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look at the account of the sudden glare.
Sudden glare.
Another reflection from my head, blind fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark.
I too have that problem.
Yeah, mood.
And then they're just stunned by your magnificent beard.
There is that too. That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And then that little little maid gal, not male gal, little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall.
That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't opened until after the crime was discovered.
Wait, we still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection!
Well, you little tanuki. When the forbidden chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there?
Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail.
If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to?
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Me neither.
Ah, don't tell me.
Plainly, the only one who could have opened the forbidden chamber was the accused Damien Tenma.
Ah! Oh, this is not good.
Hold it! Wait a second. There had to be somebody else besides Major Temba there.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh, well, that would be...
Objection!
Objection. It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details.
Miss Franks, you can't pull your point of out of proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here.
We are?
Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The feds were about to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up.
Not that insufferable!
Yes.
Very well, the court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
It's Tracy Wright!
Tracy. Bad time.
Take that!
My alibi disappeared down my magic panties.
Why, that's the defense's aide, Florent Lavelle! Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime?
True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However,
Can't be the way.
as we all know, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at that time.
He was too busy being a bird.
In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Laurent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi.
Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know.
Oh no. Oh shucks. Mercy, your ownership, mercy!
I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has been proven to be a complete fabrication.
I see. You will take a 20-minute visit. After which time, you will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself.
Yes! Finally gonna drag that slippery snake onto the stand.
That's an insult against snakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Snakes are cool.
And slippery things.
In the meantime, there was a good question Mr. LaBelle about these allegations.
Slippery things are cool too. Yeah.
So, what's the betting? Which colour is LaBelle's hair going to be this time?
Pink! I don't know.
April 19, 10:25 a.m. District Court Defendant Lummi number 3.
Or red maybe.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court. Kicking and screaming.
Yeah,
And why the long face?
I can't help but feel I'm missing something important.
Oh dear.
Plus you get Blackwell's bound to make a counterattack.
Mm-hmm. You're not worried, Ward, aren't you? It'll be fine. The mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle.
But how?
I know. That's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it though.
At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next. So chin up, Apollo.
Might actually get this done today.
April 19th, 11 a.m. This courtroom number 4. We're going right back.
Oh, he's the Joker. I see.
He is the Joker,
I know
yes.
how I got these scars.
Our next witness is...
The Joker.
The Joker. Yes.
Yes, I am acting on behalf of the mayor. It is very important matter.
So again, Mark Hamill in here. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment.
No, that was an act. I'm an accomplished actor as well.
An actor.
Surely, an actor. Surely, you jest. I will hold you to your promise. Remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies.
God damn it, Simon, now he's back to molesting the flower.
This is Flower Faudler, a personal aid to Mayor Tenma, or should I say, the accused.
Ouch! But the poor man hasn't suffered enough.
Well, what business do you have with me?
Personally, I want to see Simon Blackwell and Florent LaBelle fight it out with their bare hands.
Simon would win.
Simon would win. Well, he doesn't have a sword. Maybe not.
Currently,
He would win.
I
I don't accept a reality in which LaBelle beats Simon.
Yeah, no.
I refuse.
No. But then again, currently I do have burr hands.
Ah!
I am a puppet of burrs, so one of them is up my.
Excuse me. Well, please, not in front of the kids.
Oh, someone please think of the children!
They cannot know how puppets are made.
Oh my god. I don't think we're going to finish this.
But line.
I'm a very busy man, so let's make it as brief as possible.
Your boldness.
Right. This official gentleman is revealed and holding your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection to the case at hand.
The thing I ain't to be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to.
Objection! Objection! I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed?
Witness, you're being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air.
Fine, the truth is that I faked my alibi for a very good reason. And also, I do have something to clear the air right here. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. Yes, this personal aid. I felt I had to protect him. Sorry.
You think this is funny? Not your alibi, you're a suspect too. What were you really doing at the time of the crime?
Peasant, how dare you accuse me?
Objection! Stop stunning and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence. I kill you.
Silence.
How dare you?
Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past.
Swords? What swords?
This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. Be gone, ye of cowardly heart. The battlefield hath no place for ye.
Okay, bye!
Again?
Oh my.
Spare me, please!
Oh god.
Here we go again.
So much for sturdy as shackles.
Those chains hindered my vow that heads would roll this day.
This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning.
Will the witness please deliver the accused's death knell? You know of what I speak.
Most certainly. His goose is already cooked, and time to stick a fork in him.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Whatever he has to say can't be good.
As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during a recess, I rushed right over to the folks' chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream.
What?
Then, drumroll please, I saw Mayor Tenma opening the forbidden chamber doors.
Yeah.
There you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door was witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party.
Oh, and that's not all. I had something quite startling there at the scene of the crime.
Startling sounds bad.
The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie, I killed the alderman.
Ah, fuck.
How would he know that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How would you know that? Because you weren't there at the time. Jinxie didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Maybe he was there hidden.
Yeah.
That's right. The mayor actually confessed to the murder right there and then.
Fuck. Apollo, we're in deep shit now.
Oh, Athena, why so serious?
Shut up!
Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands.
Just so, and quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess.
I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you.
Hope you kept the receipt.
No. I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess.
But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess?
It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess.
The testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution.
This is LaBelle. Yes, I called earlier about a party reservation. No, yes, pineapple on pizza. And I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma Conviction Gala. A splendid times guaranteed for all but the mayor and his defense.
Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime.
I wish to rip this man apart with my bare hands.
This testimony.
What the bell saw, which we'll get on with in the next few minutes as we're going to take a break.
Break time.
Break!
Break time.
Break!
We'll be right back as we'll continue after a short 5-minute recess as we can just going to refill our drinks and we'll see you all very shortly.
A short 5-minute recess.
And we are back and we're ready to carry on with some more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. We're going to get on with the cross-examination of LaBelle, or at least testimony at first. What LaBelle saw.
Unfortunately, we have to deal with LaBelle again.
Yes.
There was no hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I had the confession. Upon learning of her father's crime, Lady Jinxie fled without ever noticing me.
No, I don't buy that.
Immediately after that, the mayor came to stood up and open the forbidden chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway, to my right to the one with a phone at the end. It was so scary,
I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed there and then in the crime.
Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, and he confessed to his daughter.
Nice.
You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court?
Once again, sorry.
I'm so not sorry, sir.
It's just I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon that most unpleasant scene.
It feels like this character is Elon Musk before Elon Musk was a thing.
Why does the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy?
We better do something before the judge declares the major guilty.
As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there is a time to fight and a time to yield, a time to live and a time to die.
Nobody cares, Simon.
He's laying it on real thick now.
I think those are song lyrics. I'm going.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Yeah, isn't that from like?
Cross-examination.
Wait a minute.
I'm checking.
I thought that was from
No.
the Bible.
I know. I'm trying to find the. It's what is it? It was in the Dragon Age or Dragon Age Origins credits music.
I would know.
Hang on. Let me. I have it in my.
Just Google it.
I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadow.
Hold it. You claimed the mayor confessed to his daughter. Are you sure about that?
A peasant, you wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood.
We were asking
True beauty's never wrong.
It's not.
No, beauty's got deep in the DNA.
Oh, This Is War by 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh.
Some figured that.
Mm.
I should have said something. I'm sorry.
It is not on the wiki.
I recognize.
But add that to the wiki then.
Which is
Okay.
also
I'm
very
saying it's on the- I'm
ironic
saying it's on
because
the
Jared
wiki,
Leto
yes.
has also been Joker.
You could expand the wiki by adding that.
I don't have an account. I don't think,
Uh,
and I don't feel like making one. Well, I'll make a note and I'll remind one of my friends who does have an account.
Yeah, get them to double check it just in case my memory's a bit.
Yeah.
I'm making a connection.
yeah, but there is a suspicion that this is the case. That means I am programmed to always be right, even when I'm wrong.
Yeah, Ted Tenate thought that as well.
I'm not following.
I know, because you're pheasants. These exquisite ears like flowers of bloom. These eyes that shine like pearls. This hair like the finest silk. Nothing can corrupt the truth they hold.
Bet you can't suck your own dick though.
Right.
Says you.
The witness will hurry up and explain the truth of this.
He's probably
Specifically,
the one to
what
have
did
removed
Jinxie
some
tell Madu
words for
upon
that.
hearing the confession?
Hold it. How did Miss Temna appear to you?
Oh, the poor little thing seemed positively heartbroken. All teary eyes and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that.
You're able to do that? Wow.
He actually
On
sympathized with Jinxie? Seems like an overly human emotion for him.
Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far, in looks and in character.
Damn, Apollo! You finally learned how to clap back.
He's not wrong though. He's not wrong though.
Don't you see me weep? I'm the pinnacle of empathy. The next thing I did was check my face in the mirror if I was crying well enough.
Check your face? Why?
To behold the beauty that is my sadness. What
Jesus
else?
Christ. Apollo, I'm starting to lose our faith in humanity. This is what it took, Athena. This is what it took. Sorry, your faith in humanity.
I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep faith in our client.
I'm trying.
Let's keep this moving, shall we? So, what happened next?
Judge is tired of this bullshit.
I don't
Hold it.
blame him.
Oh.
He opened the forbidden chamber, but why would he do that?
Oh, who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon Tenmataro.
Objection! The courtroom is no place for fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath.
Hello. Labelle speaking. Yeah, they'll certainly explode a matter. Toodles. Now, where were we again?
You're going to tell us the real reason why the mayor opened the forbidden chamber.
Oh, yes, of course. Hello. This is LaBelle. Good one, sir. You're absolute riot. Okay, bye. You were saying?
Never mind. This is a waste of time. He's just going to tell more lies.
The witness will focus on his testimony, not his phone call. Now, tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the forbidden chamber.
Well, after that, I listened to me, myself, and I...
Hold it! What was Mr. Filch like at the time?
He was shouting, I can't see, I can't see, it's the curse of Tenmataro. Then he took off running like a madman.
He must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in.
Blinded by the light.
Wrong.
What are you gonna say? Blinded by your beauty, aren't you?
He said eyes upon me. And was blinded by my radiant beauty. How did
Simon,
you know?
can I borrow your sword? I'm going to commit seppuku.
Everything's coming up justice.
You saucy mink, how did you know?
So it was the curse of Florent LaBelle rather than Tenmato.
Ah, good one.
That is a good one, actually.
Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. It's almost criminal.
Your Honor, can we put him away for that?
I sure hope so. I will make it legal. I will make it illegal, I mean.
I will make it illegal.
The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering.
Is that like the first thing you got, Simon?
Now, get on with your testimony.
Oh, forgive me your darkness.
Okay, just a teeny tiny point gone up in my estimation.
Speck.
Well,
As long as it's not dementia, Darvin Raven way, I'll be fine.
just because he's despicable doesn't mean he can't have a point person again.
A tragedy. The worst person you know made a good point.
Let's see. Oh yes, I fled for dear life from Tenmataro and then it was me and myself.
Hold it.
Yeah. Oh.
So after you fled to the hallway with the phone at the end, Temperature ran off toward the foyer?
Precisely.
Notice inconsistencies, Apollo?
Well, Jinxie also saw Tenmataro, right?
She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made the call to the police.
If the bell had fled down the hall where that phone is, Jinxie would have seen him where she was returning from making her call.
Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help.
Right, it just doesn't make any sense. I'll review the evidence.
It just doesn't make any sense.
If we don't find some way to poke a hole in his testimony, maybe the Tenma is good as guilty.
This is bad, very bad.
We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict.
It's all over. We can't find flaw in the prosecutor's case.
You're welcome to try.
Thank you, I think we just found one. You say you ran away, but you can't run away from the truth, LaBelle.
Objection!
Objection! Florida Bell, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway.
What on earth do you mean?
Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice?
If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down into the hole with the phone in it, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma.
What's this? Oh, well.
After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. After making her call, she went back to the main hallway, whereupon she encountered the demon, or yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenmataro costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from the yokai imposter,
Why, yes, the two would have crossed paths.
right, except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there.
Oh, my eyes! My beautiful eyes!
Ha! Not such a fabulous scent now, is it?
Call that karma.
But
That's
Mr. Justice,
amazing.
the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall. And where was he when he heard it?
Inside the Fox Chamber. Where else?
But isn't that within the very crime scene?
Yes, that's the point.
It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time.
What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence!
I kill you.
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with the sword of truth bare.
President Blackwell, what I thought we were on the same side.
You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cool, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, but not but your lies and sickly sweet perfume.
Whoa. What just happened? Buckle's really tearing into him.
Go get him.
You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy?
Wow! I like this. Hey, Bert, pass the popcorn.
With a sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the Tanuki. Without either of them noticing you were right there in the Fox Chamber.
Also, if LaBelle is the Joker, does that make Simon Batman?
Well, he's certainly playing up the edgy persona to be Batman.
Yes. So that's how it's going to be. Fine. I'll come clean them.
Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox Chamber?
I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal colon I use to protect myself.
You better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle.
Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that, R2.
The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now, enter your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies.
You're just stinking here, isn't it, Athena?
Smells like victory.
That's a very good song by Nirvana, by the way. I did enter the Fox Chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie and I had a confession and left.
Sure, buddy.
I heard the mayor groan and hid behind a folding screen there.
He didn't hide behind the folding screen.
When I saw them up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So, you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen.
From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you would respond if you were there.
Just so. He could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was mere witness to the events, rather than an actual third party.
This guy's as slippery as an eel.
Apollo is because of all the perfume. Do you think he's telling the truth?
Well, he was in the Fox Chamber, so at least that much must be true.
Fair enough.
The defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness.
And that's not my only good sign.
Oh goodness, let's get on with this.
You might suck my dick.
What you saw, that was the key thing, I think. Hold it!
Oh.
Can you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail?
And what exactly would you like details about?
About the crime scene we just said.
Oh, what I'd like to ask you is... the murder weapon. Could you describe the the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene?
The spear has been thrust all the way through Alderman Keeban. Then there was a statue the Alderman used to bludgeon Major Tenman. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen on the floor.
Can you describe it for us?
Alright, the statue. Why would you find it inspiring? Why did you find the statue inspiring?
Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, and an inspiring symbol of goodwill.
We have you.
A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be very important?
Oh,
yes.
Very.
Very important.
Very important.
Because he never could have seen that statue like that.
Yeah.
I believe it to be extremely important. I request it to be added to the testimony.
You just activated our trap card.
The statue has fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger.
Objection! Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle.
What possibly could you mean?
You said the statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Is that correct? Isn't that correct, I should say?
It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill. As if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter?
So, how do you really know that the statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again?
What?
Justice Dono, explain yourself. And make it quick.
The statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret.
Oh, a secret? Whatever do you mean?
What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out.
Oh,
Statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. But Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form?
what do you mean, where?
The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken.
How dare you!
Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness of some sort of crime?
Yes. Yes, I am. Florent LaBelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cuby and of various fashion crimes.
Right.
Fair enough.
Ah, my eyes! I'm melting!
He's the Wicked Witch of the West, Apollo.
Order! Order!
Fleming, we need that
Well.
power washer of yours to blow him out of the...
You've been accused
Hold
of
me
murder.
right there!
Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Ah. How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty?
Bitch, you're ugly. Way to go, Apollo. This is the conclusive evidence we need. Magnifico.
Drifting, I love you.
Yes.
Yes.
Got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it.
Silence.
Silence! Enough of your silly games, Justice San. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
Objection! What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. I just proved that he was in the flux chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder?
God damn it, Simon.
After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo,
Yeah, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman QB told me about it. Phew, saved. About what the real statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection! Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
No.
moreover, it was already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime.
It has.
Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's testimony, if you will. Statement. Close enough. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapse therein, and no one else.
Yeah, but you just said he
Ew.
could hyper.
Dang it.
Wait,
Oh, I just remembered the twist. The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent LaBelle could not have possibly been in that locked room.
No! God
I told-
damn it!
Just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen LaBelle?
The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness?
It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and the victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection!
Objection!
Silence.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice San.
What are you?
But
What are you doing, Blackwell?
Your boldness. The trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons.
Hey!
So mean. It's high time you brought down the hammer of justice.
I'll just call my paladin then.
A hammer to fall.
A point
Why a
taken.
hammer? All of his analogies have been about swords, and now it's a hammer.
it's Judge Hammer.
Yeah.
True.
It's hammer
Point,
time.
A point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma.
Hold it!
Oh, hi.
Good guess.
Yeah.
It would seem that my time is at hand!
Hammer?
Oh,
Counselor! There is a matter to which I must testify! I recall it now only for your good graces.
Counselor? Oh, right, you must be me.
Yes, you are my legal counsel.
Has he finally remembered what happened before the blow to his head?
bailiff, don't just stand there, seize him!
But he's not in the well!
It's no good, I can restrain it, sir.
Now me in despair! For I am Tenmataro, demon lord of the yokai! Yes! Hear how they fear
Mr.
me!
Nurses, do something!
Since when am I responsible for court security?
Apollo, this is a chance. We might get some new information out of him.
Your Honor,
So where the hell did the bell go?
seeing as how our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai.
There's like 7 witness stands that all exist, like in the
Yes.
like parallel universe overlapping each other. This is how the games work.
Yeah, isn't there like an awkward zombie comic that basically points this out?
When
show.
you put it that way. Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world.
Unprecedented in absurdity, more like.
I just like to believe that LaBelle got yeeted out of the witness stand by the yokai.
Why am I in the Phantom Zone?
Oh dear. All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenmataro, your testimony, please.
Yes! I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. I am Tenmataro, not them. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them but once you shall.
Or unless
Listen
we
very
need to.
carefully. I shall say this only once.
I shall only say once.
I should only say this once. Siren.
No!
I shall say this once. I apologize to my next door neighbor who's probably thinking, what the hell is he doing?
The ruler of demonkind.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, 2 yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demonkind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the 9-tailed fox. Yes.
So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time?
Strange as it may be, yes, indeed, all was in darkness.
And the part about Tenmataro and the Naltal Fox being there was?
Yes, that too, Tenmataro towered overhead, and the 9-tailed fox glittered gold.
Oh wait, that's
I call animal abuse, Your Honor!
It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted.
Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half dreamt. What that happening lingers in his mind.
Apollo, I can help here.
Really? Oh, you mean...
Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event.
I can hear the discord in my ears.
Okay, I just hope that our findings don't come back to haunt us. Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again.
I make no promises. Sleep.
Wappy activated.
Activate mechanics.
It is time.
You dare scan the untenable Tenmataro?
Yes.
Barely conscious was Damien there. Amid the darkness,
He was very sad.
suddenly the two yokai did appear.
Yo.
On one side I, Tenmataro, ruler of
I
humankind.
think it's a bit crunchy.
She crunch.
Yeah, she crunched again.
And on the other, my mortal enemy, the Nine Tails.
Fox.
Tails. Yes, Fox.
Were you happy?
Yeah, why are you happy?
Yeah, why you be happy?
What? I like the Nine-Tailed Fox. It's not my fault we fight all the time.
Well, the-
Pocket spot.
When the Nine-Tailed Fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well.
Joy? Perhaps I was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. At long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket.
Is Tenmataro just like an old man who's just sitting in the dark? Just like,
A creaking door?
I think it was last Tuesday. No, Thursday. No.
Oh, you have to talk about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise.
It creaks like a haunted house door. So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened.
Yes.
But what about the sun and light he described?
I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here?
In the Forbidden Chamber.
The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was possibly the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenmataro you saw, most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue.
Why, yes! That would explain it! The darkness and the staff in the demon's grasp! Ah!
But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox?
Maybe he was seeing things, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai.
Fantastico, Apollo. It's entirely possible.
the scroll.
In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events.
You know that scroll that we found in the Forbidden Chamber?
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
one that showed... Can we just briefly check it? It should be in the court record, please. Not that one.
Yeah, the one that we found in the Forbidden
It's
Chamber.
not. We never took it.
Yeah, it's not here.
Ah.
But I was thinking
Alright.
differently, because there are fox statues outside the chamber.
Oh,
Ooh.
possibly.
Misremember, you say? Let me think. I do believe I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was the amazing Nine-Tails.
What? The amazing Nine-Tails?
At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. It was the amazing Nine-Tails who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door.
I'm sorry I asked.
The amazing nine-tails? But that was the victim. Alderman Kyubi, right?
Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Was he trying to keep it sealed?
Apollo, my head hurts. Never mind that, this is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Get me a Tylenol.
Bleep, bloop, bleep.
Thunderstorms!
Christmas was naming there in the Forbidden Chamber.
Info update.
Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenmataro loomed overhead. Barely conscious. Suddenly, the door did open, and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom.
Info update.
The amazing Ninetales had come to the rescue.
But why the sad emotion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is why sad about the rescue?
Got it!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Wait, you say it.
When the amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness?
Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recall something of that nature. I believe it was the Frane's Cape of Red.
Wait,
When I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me.
was
I
it
think
red?
that Cape of Red might mean the moment he was murdered.
Cape of Red?
Or
Oh, we've reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left.
Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape?
Why indeed?
A man in a red cape?
What could this mean?
No king.
I guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know, because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence.
No, it's obvious. I was trying to get the attention of a bull.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Actually, it's
those-
just the movement of the cape that attracts the bull,
Yeah.
not the red colour.
And the size of the cape.
Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face.
Like a bull.
Something that's unauthorized.
Well, like something regarding a bull.
When someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see.
Oh, it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out contradictions. Here comes justice. Alright.
Not it open. There's a shaft of light. The amazing Ninetales have come to the rescue.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh no.
I'm speaking through this. We know he doesn't wear a cape? Question mark? Oh, he doesn't. No, he doesn't wear a cape.
But there is no. That's not a cape.
No,
that's
that-
leotard.
tails. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I still think,
But they might have been covered in blood, and this is why they were red.
but it's still a contradiction. So I think
Yes, it
it's
is.
safe to kind of
Yes.
Objection!
objection. Yeah, objection.
He stopped.
You said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that?
Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but...
Mayor Tenma, does this cape look red to you?
Ah! That certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation of something red, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view.
That sounds like blurred.
And I thought to myself, the amazing Ninetales is arrayed in the Cape of Red.
So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh?
Apparently so. And remembering now brings a great sadness upon me.
So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory.
Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen and that would have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? Do we have
Yes, it's bad.
We... there we go.
Yeah. Blood.
Take that!
Take that! Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the alderman's blood?
Blood! Why, yes, it was blood! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Welcome to
It's
Let Me
all
Lose
coming
His
back
voice.
to me. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Ninetales, the Alderman's bloody body.
Yee!
Death.
But wait, how can that be?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now.
Does this mean the amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB?
But the Alderman was the amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work?
Hey, I asked you first!
Yeah, and I asked the question second. What's your point?
Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated.
Have you seen
True.
Apollo's case?
At the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber, moreover...
Silence.
Oh, not you again.
Hoy, don't you think this strange?
Yes, I think we're all agreed here, Simon.
The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said not about seeing the amazing Ninetales there.
You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. So weird. Who really was in that room then?
Would the defense care to share any threads to the court?
No.
I can.
I can as
Can you
well.
explain the consistency between
Oh,
the defense's
of course you
testimony and the daughter's?
Yeah, of course I can explain it, because if I don't, we're in serious trouble.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust.
Hey, I told him everything I know.
Fair warning, Justice San. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this.
Oh dear.
Eep. What about a good old-fashioned penalty?
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders.
Oh, Ave.
Crazy, Judge.
First of all, Mr. Bell was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. We also know that Mr. Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point that Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see her father, Mayor Tenma, and the victim?
A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us?
Well, it was dark too. I think he was dressed like Vietnam.
Sadly, you'd be supposing wrong.
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Oh, thank you. Whoa, we got ready for Scarfilu. Hello, everyone.
Yo!
Yo, hello, everyone.
Scarfoo.
Welcome to the Silly Voices stream, everyone. My name's Epac, and I'm joined, of course, by my good friends, Burr, Drifting, Divot, Lemming, Shadow, and Kay, as we're playing through Ace Attorney Dual Destinies.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
Give me that.
Give me that.
Well, if she did, the question is, why did she do that?
I don't know.
Well, how about an explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florence Mel was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so?
LaBelle was disguised as Tenma?
Tenma. I think so.
The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father.
The music stuff, so.
It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
That is a complete impossibility.
I wonder how often do they replace the desks in the courtroom with all the banging?
Don't worry, those desk won't break. They're mahogany.
Their faces are utterly unlike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise?
Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces.
He has a
But
point.
maybe the disguise completely hid his face?
How?
I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face.
Unless. And if it was that sort of disguise, and if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it?
Oh, right.
Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice San. shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think those talons are sharp.
I think I'll pass!
And now I am the dead. Bless.
Sir, what did you do to my boss? Are you okay, Apollo?
I'm
Dead.
not fine, am I?
Well, neither am I, so...
Well, now that we have the little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will.
Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further argument.
What's even left for me to do?
Apollo, remember what it always says. When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down.
And the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he?
That requires lifting.
I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it.
Oh. A restless mask is more precious than her own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
What about the fact that it was the Amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others? Can these facts turn things around?
Me.
We got it all backwards.
Apollo, you okay?
I think we might have made a huge mistake.
Wait, what?
Your boldness, I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce.
Oh, I see.
The defense has no proof. They never did and they never will.
And it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
Damien Tenma is denying Tails, isn't he?
I do have proof.
Do you now?
All right. But this better be good, Mr. Justice.
We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why did Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father? Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place? These riddles are inextricably linked to Tenma's secret identity.
Inextricably, I think.
Fair enough.
Inextricably.
That's a hard word, yeah.
That is
It's
a
a
hard
read.
word. Fucking hell.
A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Tenma's secret identity, and that is the amazing Ninetales mask.
Take that!
What absolute claptrap! Poppycock, balderdash!
We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales and the mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believed the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Ninetales Vale. And it was the basis of the prosecutor's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all, he was the amazing Ninetales.
I like the face of Peter.
What's this?
Very good.
M. Night Shyamalan, here we come.
You'd best explain yourself, Justice Son. I think I'm getting too loud. And from where you derive such a far-fetched conclusion. I just hope they can't hear me. Just yelling.
Jinxie...
Well, it's a...
Go on.
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, you go on.
Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Ninetales she saw passed out, even though unbeknownst to her it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence!
Silence. The accused and the deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
Objection! Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence!
Silence. Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
Objection! A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him.
Ah!
This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room.
Then by all means, Mr. Justice, hands for authority.
First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and Mr. Alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the Alderman was out cold, that's when Mr. LaBelle killed him.
Bye, Mr. Alderman.
Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber.
In you go.
Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire
I am your father.
With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream.
Ah!
Scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene.
So then,
Person who
the
said
person who said,
Go on, Athena, yes.
that's my line. The person who said I killed Alderman Kyuubi was...
Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence!
Silence. This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
Objection! No, you twisted samurai. This time, you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case.
Ooh, fight.
Oh.
Fight.
Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber. So he could drag the mayor back out onto the Fox Chamber.
Oh, so the Amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was...
Right, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch, in his Tenmataro disguise, ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox Chamber.
I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense.
Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox Chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence!
Silence. For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection!
Objection! The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales.
To work against himself.
Yeah, this is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot.
Hi, Simon.
Oh,
this is
this is
Ace
like a
Attorney.
mistake.
Get used to it.
Says you.
No one except a killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies.
Why, thank you.
Foolish mortal! It is at your own peril that you forget who I am!
Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you?
Hold it.
Huh.
You have quite the active imagination.
Oh, I see you swapped out of your Joker attire.
Yeah, the amount of times he changes his hair
Yeah.
color, I'm amazed he's not bald already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you where I got those bleachers?
To be honest, he did say that he has a spray that he can wash out with just water. It
Yes.
doesn't work
Yes.
like that in
Yes.
IRL, but
True.
Magic.
yes.
It's some kind of man.
Mayor Tenma's not the amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
Objection! What do you mean?
Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet?
But that's just...
And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I will reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now.
What?
Why, you would dare reveal the secret?
My good friend, the Alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. That would be the superstitions, now would it?
The truth behind Temnataro. What's he talking about?
So go ahead, say it. Say I am the amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
I double dare you.
I triple dog dare you.
Objection!
Objection! Wait. Will somebody please explain what's going on here?
Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro's secret. A dark, terrible truth that had been kept secret by the village superstitions.
And if the mayor admits that to being the amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth?
Right. I won't have him working free because of some nonsense you made up.
So what now, Justice San? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle.
Rude.
I'll show you who's useless.
Apollo, don't you dare give up now.
I know.
I'll punch you if you do.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case.
You two have a point there. Please enter this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the amazing Ninetales or not? Witness testimony.
The amazing Ninetales' true identity.
The amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now.
Hey,
And-
oh no, go on.
And that would ruin upon Ninetales' veil, does the superstitions say. Yes?
But like, isn't that blackmail? I thought blackmail
Yeah.
was illegal,
Talk
Florida.
about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure.
Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here.
I'm so glad that in Japanifornia blackmail is legal. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Veil made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular.
There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. I don't even know where to start.
Since we don't have any proof that a major is the amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself.
He admits it. LaBelle's gonna expose the secret behind Tamataro. Ah, we're so close, I know it.
Isn't Jinxie the secret behind Temataro?
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
I think it would have something to do with a scroll.
I think it has something to do with the fact that the treasure's been taken.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I mean, I personally don't like. I'm gonna call you fucking bluff, Bell.
Yeah, that's just me.
Hold it!
Hold it. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say?
Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place.
And Ruin coming to the village if you free him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth?
Bingo! And the truth is, Tenmataro's great, greed-inspiring fortune. And that's what the whole Battle over Night's Veil is about.
Taro is a great fortune? Come to think of it.
Yes.
Yeah. The huge nugget of gold.
Only it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
Which has already been stolen.
Tenmataro actually be the Forbidden Chamber treasure? And the village that Tenmataro is terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure is being kept secret all this time.
Well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered a truth that must not be revealed.
Roll credit.
Now Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth in as much as I do.
Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected.
As long as Tenmataro exists, huh?
Ooh, time to.
Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony.
I'm gonna take so much pleasure ripping his dreams to dust.
Objection! Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenmataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it?
If Tenmataro no longer existed. What on earth are you talking about, boy?
Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. I guess you didn't get to go do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there.
Oh, really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place.
Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure.
What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature.
We found this in the Forbidden Chamber.
Look at this photograph.
It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes.
Are you suggesting that Tenmataro has been stolen?
Yes.
Yep, Phineas Filch's grandfather. A master thief was the culprit.
And by that hideous moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less? You went, my beautiful golden Tenmataro.
The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma?
The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenmataro. Hang on. Which voice am I using here?
You are Tenmataro still, because the pen is opened. Yes.
Yes. For he said to me, the gold ingot was gone.
The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that the Tenmataro is true transform form?
Yes.
Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro is the yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetails Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from the Ninetails Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became a curse upon their village. A curse of ruin. Thus it was that the yokai Tenmataro came to be.
So Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare or whip people away.
Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things.
Yes, indeed. For there was no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold.
Well, you know what they say, the love of money is the root of all evil.
My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetails Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village, to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetails Vale in a merger.
Oh my, that was quite a shocking lesson in history.
Mr. Mayor, now that we know that Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetails, aren't you?
Hold it! No! Don't do it!
Destroy him.
Please, no!
Why not?
Do it. I want to see this man crumble.
No!
Be gone, you demented demon! Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai. The amazing Ninetails is indeed me!
And that means Jinxie.
Yes.
A man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetails mask?
That's what made me think about. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman QB that day, so it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it?
It was Florence Saitia from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman.
Yeesh! Real Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than a Bell scheme.
You may
Well,
rest easy now.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go on, Bear. What are you saying?
Well, I am as smart as I am beautiful, aren't I?
Nope.
Shut up.
As in not
Nope.
very.
I am vomiting up my demonic essence. Ah! You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through.
The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB. But Florent LaBelle did.
Oh, how dare you, peasant! No!
R.I.P.
Silence.
Excellent. What now?
I kill you.
What do you want, Simon?
Justice-san. You should at least have a real blade in your hand if you desire to cross swords with me.
Oh, stop being an edgelord.
Good lord.
Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground?
What's this guy want now?
I don't know, but he's getting on my nerves.
Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you have only a blind guess, a dull blade, incapable of cutting even a cake.
He has you there, Mr. Lucius. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law.
Take a shot.
He's right. I'd like some cake too. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. I mean, if I did it, but I did not.
Unfortunately, we're now over time. We now need to call it for this week.
Dang.
No, admitted you wanted another cliffhanger.
No. I would have liked to have finished it this week. I would have liked to finish this week, but I made a promise to you guys we would not go into overtime. So here we are. We're so close to the end, but unfortunately.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we're
we'll
joking
next
too
time.
much. And
Dang it.
It's only like, I think it's only like 10-ish minutes, but that's
Yeah,
too long for overtime.
10 minutes. I mean, yeah. I made a promise to you guys.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yep.
Yeah. Aw. Damn it, the bell.
You'll have to come back next week to see how it finishes.
Yeah.
Or I mean, tomorrow is
maybe
tomorrow is Easter Sunday.
Yes.
At this point,
True that.
I would be doing side glances towards my colleagues at the table. I mean,
If you're suggesting something, I'm all in.
I mean, I made
the stream.
I made a promise to you guys, but I could twist that a little bit, maybe for once. But there must be consensus among the entire table.
Oh.
Must be
I
unanimous.
could definitely swing it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely
Drifting.
for it. Yes.
Absolutely.
I need a time, that's all.
Do it.
Do we
Half an hour.
Carry on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, then yeah, I'm fine with that.
Lemming?
The great Ten Mataro demands it.
Shadow, I know you're tired.
You keep. I'm not going up until 1 o'clock, but yes, come on, let's go.
It's fine. Cool. Half an hour. Okay, we need extra half an hour because we're definitely not going to go over half an hour.
I don't think this will go longer than half an hour because we're almost at brain blast time.
Ah! I got a gift sub!
Yay!
How do we get sub?
Can I gift a sub to extend the stream? Now Jaggy's gifted a sub to extend the stream.
Well, now we got to do
Now we got to do it.
Yeah,
Now we have no choice.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
No, dilly-dally.
This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword, you will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now, present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any?
Oh, fuck. Do I have anything conclusive? I must have something.
Of course you do, Apollo. You have something conclusive.
Evidence. Oh, I have evidence.
You do?
Shush. Of course.
No!
Just,
I'm just trying to be supportive here.
it's just the conclusive evidence we need too. I'm gonna
It
finally prove Matt Tenma innocent. Here comes justice. Favorite segment coming up.
Harder!
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
Think brain blast.
let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we thought the alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Ninetales. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The Amazing Ninetales is really Damien Tenma. That's why, when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. Labella says that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime. He didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any evidence outside of the crime scene provide any clues?
Mask.
Well, the hand cream, because he must.
Nope. A clue inside the mask.
Oh, the white hair.
Oh, I know. The Amazing Ninetales mask was found washed up alongside the river. What sort of clue does that mask hold? Well, it's obvious what it holds.
Yes.
A patch of white hair.
White hair.
White hair in the mask. What about the hair left the mask? Who does it belong to?
Wrong LaBelle.
The white hair is LaBelle's. Oh, right! That hair is Florent
That's-
LaBelle's.
Yeah, that's why he dyes his hair. He's pure white.
Yeah.
Yes!
Ooh.
Now that's what I call conclusive evidence.
And we can find out by just splashing water on it.
Somebody dump the picture on his head.
Well, Mr. Justice, you have any conclusive evidence to present to the court?
Give a
Just
little
make sure it's
Kansas girl.
holy water.
Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will.
That mask? How is that conclusive evidence?
It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Cuby.
Yes, but the Amazing Nine Tails, as we know now, is Mayor Tenma, so...
That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer is to that last... Answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle.
What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that. Never.
Silence!
I think he
Would
feels
appear-
offended.
It would appear your coup de grace has failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type.
Yeah, because we hit him with a damage over time
Because he's-
effect. Blackwell, please
because
keep up.
Because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection! No, Prosecutor Blackwell.
My water.
It's you who has made a fatal error.
What?
Remember where this mask was found? Washed up by the side of the river? With that in mind, this last bit of evidence will solve all of the remaining riddles. Color me LaBelle. Color this criminal court.
What is that?
Game, set,
This is
match.
Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside.
What's this? Are you saying that Preemie Peacock's hair color is?
No. Yes.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real life expose. The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it. Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cuby.
Game, set, match.
You. Listen, how dare you! Profane my beauty! Gonna exterminate you like brownie!
He's about to pop.
Well then.
Hello. LaBelle, what? The project is off. This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out.
Oh dear.
LaBelle speaking. I'm fired. You mean I'm no longer Mayor 10 was 8? Hello? This is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damages claim against me. 100 mil, $1 million.
100 million.
Finish. What's up, sting of funk to me?
Delicious.
This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated?
Get used to it.
Order! Order! Order in the court! Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright.
Yo.
Wait, that was a compliment, right?
Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Florent LaBelle?
Killed him, hopefully.
The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler.
The real route is serving
We'll just wash off more of his makeup?
Shh.
Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. A recap, if you will. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenmataro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetails Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetails saw those plans come to a halt. And thus, LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma.
I see. But what I so can't comprehend is why he would go after the gold in the first place. Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is in need of financial aid.
Did you miss the point where he's now $100 million in debt?
LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt.
Oh dear.
Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love and use. Which is why he sought the gold with such veracity.
He's such a dumb
Too
fuck.
bad for him.
Yeah.
Someone else had gotten to it first anyway.
I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declare the verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma, not guilty.
Yay, gumshoe confetti.
Yes, I am free! Free to torment the world!
I don't know how we did it, Apollo, but we did it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And Simon's like, I'm not enjoying myself. I'm not
Hold to
enjoying
the
myself.
gun.
At least he still has Taka.
April
Easy
19th.
for
Yeah,
you to
what?
say we did
Only
it.
3
I'm
PM.
ruined now. Hope you're happy.
District
Good.
Court's defendant lobby number 3. Hey.
That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming.
Just got lucky, I guess.
You banished Tenmataro from Ninetailsville like he was some sort of exorcist.
Still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Timber too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment.
I was wondering about that too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the amazing Ninetails' true identity himself.
Huh? But why?
Because the mayor was the amazing Ninetails. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Temba for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted since his identity was revealed.
Oh, I get it. The Amazing Ninetails was just killed, he'd die a hero. If he was proved a villain, his fans would have abandoned him, making the merger that much easier.
Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything had cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure.
What an insanely intricate plot. It's almost like we're in an Ace Attorney game.
Yeah, I would call it convoluted, but okay.
A most excellent job clearing my name! A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval!
Why are you acting like Tenmataro again?
For funsies.
Let this be of no concern to you!
How could it not concern me?
Yeah!
And Mataro be gone.
Jinxie! Seems like ages since I played eyes on you.
Papa, you're finally back.
Yes, it would seem Tenmataro is no match for you.
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore.
Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great?
Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore.
Aww.
She looks cute when she smiles.
Is Jinxie actually smiling?
Ah! This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though.
Come.
Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetales, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how it can possibly continue.
I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there?
A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask, and root for your return to the wrestling ring.
Rooting? For me? But I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes. A born heel!
The only one is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are.
Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in a ring for bar.
Oh my heart.
Aww.
Jinxie!
Yeah, I think you'll be needing this.
Mask.
Take that!
Thank you. Now, if you would excuse me,
Hmm?
I don't want to keep my fans waiting.
Ooh, nice.
Is he gonna rip his suit?
Here I am!
Ninetales Vale forever!
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So,
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tementown and Ninetales Vale.
You gonna say something, Kay?
yeah, just that the sign he's doing is Japanese sign language for fox, I believe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Me too.
Also popularly used by the metal band Baby Metal.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer slash killer is behind bars and the merger is no longer an issue.
I'll be back, mark my words.
Plus,
I
the
hope
Amazing
Simon
Ninetales is obviously still a hit. So you see, Shadow?
Nah, it doesn't matter. Keep going.
And I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too.
It's all because we believed in our client, just like you said.
Hell yeah.
Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday.
oh.
Better keep eating, Apollo. Or you might have to start looking up at me.
I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too.
That's what you say. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time.
Keep eating like that, and the only direction you would grow is sideways.
Shut up. Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this.
I think it's hollow legs.
Calories? Ha! Just let them try the stick on me.
Alright already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Dude's Noodles! Isn't an all-night stand, you know.
Oh, we're Mr. Right. Let's go.
I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. What are we waiting for?
I hope you like salt.
Yeah.
The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two.
Yay! Thanks, boss. I won't let you down.
Time for the bottomless salt bowl.
Nina has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Andy's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man.
I am no man.
That was our first taste together. And it felt like nothing could bring us down after that?
Nothing at all.
Except an explosion.
I'm giving it a moment to... The Dark Age of the Law seems so distant, so irrelevant to our small cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking all along. Right there behind us.
Those damn lurkers.
The first time it made itself known was during the murder at Femis Legal Academy.
Legal Academy.
Yes. That case would mark the twilight before the dark. Cold night. That was to come.
Except,
We're not doing that case next.
yeah. Next case.
Yes.
Whale.
So we're not doing so for
Whale.
as you can see, episode 3 has been added, Turnabout Academy. We're not going to be doing Turnabout Academy next, though. We're actually going to be skipping Turnabout Academy. Well, not skipping Turnabout Academy, but doing the DLC case beforehand, which takes place
Because
between.
in the timeline they happened before, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yep.
we're going to give you a teaser by looking at the opening scene. Thematis.
God.
Cinematic.
Is Phoenix Wright, head of the Wright Anything Agency and a lawyer. Although I was doing something else entirely for a while there. As for why I
Big
decided to
already.
formally get back into lawyering, let's just say there's unfinished business to take care of. Anyway, I thought I'd reminisce about my first case back on the job. And what a case it was. It happened only a few months after Athena joined our office.
I really hope they do play the opening scene. I'll be really embarrassed if they don't. Oh yeah, Turnabout Reclaim, special episode.
Yeah. Which was intended to be part of the game, and then they removed it. Because otherwise it would have been 6 cases.
Because extra money.
Oh, I'm going to love this case.
Oh, yes.
This is the case I've been wanting to see.
Oh dear.
Oh, yes.
He made it just in time.
Yeet.
I don't think those are notions or connections.
It might be.
We be pirates, we love to sail the 7 seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
A pirate I was meant to be.
Do what you want, cause a path is free.
You want
are a pirate.
Oh god.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
And that's what we're going to do next time. As next time, we're going to be defending all of the orca in this next case coming up. So don't miss next time when we'll be doing. Now,
I can't wait.
Next
so fun.
next week
Does
we
the
are.
orca have speaking parts?
Yes, yes. Next week we are Sans Lemming.
Yes,
so-
I will be looking after a family member, so I will be making a week's hiatus.
So we'll be carrying on, and I might even see if I can get a special guest to join us for that episode. No promises, but I'll see if I can get anyone to join us to kind of temporarily replace Lemming, and we'll take on. And I'll send like the casting roles around so people can have a look and see what they want to take. For now, everyone, I want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight. Thank you for my cast for deciding that, yes, sure, let's go overtime, even though you promised you wouldn't do this to us. Even though it was so close to the end, it was like it was too ridiculous not to. In a weird way. Anyone streaming? No one's streaming, so we're going to call it a night for night and end it as it is. So I will wish all of you a good night, and I want to thank my colleagues, Burr, Drifting,
Good night.
Divot,
Justice!
Lemming, Shadow,
Yeah.
and Kay.
Bye!
Good night, everyone.
It had